See?
Yeah,
Hello!
we have made it.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good evening.
Good morning in the evening. This is the running gag, May. Good morning in the evening. Here's always good morning, no matter what. Good morning, Zander.
Yeah, good morning in the
Good
evening.
morning. Good evening.
Good evening, May.
Evening.
So beautiful to have you here in
Thank
this
you.
meeting, in this beautiful gathering, just for fun, for no reason, maybe for exchanging beautiful, beautiful words, empty words. About what would you say, May? About what? About this direct aliveness,
Yes, this uncovered,
this
naked,
naked, this naked, beautiful, this naked,
this
this naked,
nakedness,
this nakedness,
Nakedness.
this
this
nakedness.
mysterious nakedness.
Beautiful, May. This mysterious nakedness. I'm very curious about your story, maybe, if you like to share the way you want, simply to just see maybe what happened there in the story, or what led May to this, to talk about this nakedness.
Oh, yeah, that's a story. Yes, it went back to I, I wasn't really a spiritual seeker in that sense until there was kind of yeah, because of a friend, and then I knew there was someone who called Muji. It's all coincidence. It's all a coincidence. Then he said you can have a look of one of his videos. Then I didn't know who Muji was until then. So I picked up some short ones, one which was 3 or 4 minutes long, the
May,
shortest.
wait, excuse me for interrupting you. Why did your friend told you to check Muji? Because
Oh
she
yeah, because
simply
I
wanted
was
to share? She wanted to
yeah,
share?
I was visiting a friend of mine who was having actually he was the one who was running this samsara kind of publishing the spiritual. He was publishing a lot of spiritual books.
Oh,
Samsara is
yeah.
his. So he is the owner of
Okay.
this. So I was visiting him. Now I was on table there was a book, and was written by Muji. It was Muji, one of Muji's books. I didn't know who, and I was picked up and going through a bit, and I found, oh, can I have this book? He said it's okay, you can have it, but before you're going to read, you better check one of his videos. So I was okay. Then I went home, and so by watching one of I forgot which one, anyway, short ones. So then by watching, suddenly I had this was something happened. Later on I realized it was kind of awakening experience, which at that moment I didn't know what was happening to me. It was suddenly like I understood what the Heart Sutra was about. It was like a suddenly kind of awakening, a sudden awakening. And I didn't know, so I caught my friend, the one who gave me this book. He says, "What was happening to me?" I was like, like I was kind of blissed out. And he said,
Okay.
"Oh, this is awakening." I said, "Wow! I never dreamed such thing would happen to me."
Oh, but so you knew about awakening. It wasn't new for you.
No, no, I didn't know. I was kind of blissed out. I was just so happy. And so I
Yeah.
called him, told him what happened. He said, "Oh, this is like awakening." I said, oh, oh, wow.
Okay.
That was something I never dared to dream, that. So, wow. Then actually from that moment, I kind of became a spiritual seeker. because then after some days or week, I don't know how long it lasts, and then it was gone. And of course, I was longing going back. That was wonderful. Like when I was walking, I wasn't walking. I was kind of floating.
Beautiful.
I was kind of floating around.
Okay.
Then I started. Then I was following Muji,
So
for some
so
years.
this experience kind
Uh,
yeah, let's
that was
call it.
like starting. How I started when I became a seeker.
So
Because
you think it was kind of, it felt better to be floating around than normally walking?
no, it's not. It was a kind of yeah, bliss out. It's such a bliss,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I somehow, it was the glimpse that probably that moment something happened.
Yeah.
And I know that me energy probably that moment kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, collapse. And then I started. Then it came back, of course. Then I started. Then that was big. Then from then it was my dream. My biggest dream was to become enlightened.
Ah,
Like I had the taste. I had the taste of enlightenment, and then
yeah.
it was gone. Oh,
Yeah.
wow! Then I want to have it forever.
No choice in this, right? No choice. Then simply,
Yeah,
beautiful.
and before that, I was like, oh, that's never for me. I mean, that's I never thought that such thing would happen, to
So,
me.
but as a concept, enlightenment was there for you before. You knew about
Yeah, I
enlightenment.
knew. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
okay, you knew
But
about
then
it.
I thought, who could make it? I
Yeah.
couldn't be like a Buddha. I said I could never do it. I didn't.
And how did it played out then with the seeking? What were you hardcore seeker or what happened?
Oh, I was absolutely full-hearted. I was following Muji. I went to satsangs, to Portugal. Then if I am into something, then I was 100%.
Yeah.
So for years, then because I lost, that's the me like was coming back. So from the teaching I understood from Muji was you have to transcend yourself, to transcend the ego. That was my ultimate dream, to transcend. Why I lose it? Because the ego blocks it. So I was
Yeah.
trying very hard,
Yeah.
working really hard. And after 4 or 5 years, it's like didn't work. I mean, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't blame myself not trying hard enough,
Yeah.
because I
You
was
you
like,
were full on, full
yes,
on.
full on, full on. And then I couldn't go further. So I kind of, you
Hmm?
know, and then I heard Tony, because I was, on YouTube, all those stuff. And what he said is, oh, what is happening is just, all there is just what's apparently happening. And that was striking me, I mean, endlessly by that. And then I was like, I kept listening to Tony, and I was so, that was somehow something was speaking to me in
Mm.
deeply, and it's different, like with Muji,
Oh yeah.
totally different. And then later on, I knew Andreas. I went to Andreas' meeting a lot. It was during the COVID, so he
Okay.
offered a lot of online meetings. So I was always, well, quite a lot on
Online.
his yes, online meetings. And it was also, then later on it became very clear, for me it wasn't a big spectacle
Mm.
happening, like suddenly there's a giant shift.
Mm.
it was like what happened to you,
Like
kind of
fading. Well, no,
fading away.
I wouldn't say so that here happens. For me, it's quite normal. Actually, nothing happened here, but there's simply this seeking energy is not there. It's
Yeah.
kind of everything is totally okay. I cannot say for me, like you said with Tony when he said it's just what's appearing to happen. It's an appearance. I cannot. It's for me. It's not an appearance. It's simply appearance is a word. For me,
Yes.
it's simply what is, and this is enough. This is full
Yeah.
on. This is
Yeah.
booming.
Yes.
So I cannot put this is like this, but just normal life, maybe. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And it's funny, very interesting. So, like, I didn't have a big story of, shift,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
spectaculars happening. But funny enough, is then well, how long ago? 2 years ago, I started sharing this message. And then this year in September, yes, 2 months ago, I was in China.
Yeah.
I was in China, and then I got
I saw those beautiful posts of you.
thank
Oh,
you.
I love them. Yeah.
And then I had a massage, but that massage wasn't a normal massage. That was quite a special technique, very subtle. The one who does it, it's they can feel, they can gently like manipulate the bones without any force. That's wonderful. Something really, yeah, very subtle, sophisticated, old technique. So this lady, I knew her, and she was standing next to me, putting her hands, both hands. I was lying on my tummy, so she was putting her hands on my back, and then she was kind of saying to herself out loud. She said, "Oh, now I empty myself." Like when she's doing this treatment, I'm now empty myself, and then so she with her fingers moving on my, and then for me, what happened was it's really, it sounds like a story. And what happened was like everything kind of disappeared. So does my body, and so does her.
Okay.
So, and also there's nothing, absolutely nothing. Her hands, of course there is a knowing that her hands was touching me, but it was like air upon air.
Yeah.
It's not like another person touching someone else. It's just absolutely nothing and no separation.
Yeah.
It was amazing. So
Beautiful.
that was like a big
Beautiful.
story.
Yeah, you see?
And then
Here we
it was
go.
exactly the same like what's in the Heart Sutra.
Okay.
But it's not experience because it's always like that. Anything, any moment is always like that. There's absolutely nothing at all.
May, what would you say? Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks for sharing. What would you say it's always like this, Everyone would say,
Or then it's over. It's like there's an after that. And then, but it's even now. I mean, there is of course no now. It's always like that. There's nothing. There's just nothing as a thing.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So it's like many people have this kind of story, like that's a big shift. But with me, it was, it's slowly fading away. And then last 2 months, like this kind of, this kind of story. But it kind of shows absolutely it is like this. There's nothing at all. Nobody, there's nobody, no person.
Yeah. There is no substance to this.
No.
Of course, no separation.
Absolutely no separation.
Appearance.
It's like yes. Even the appearance isn't real. I mean, that is a thing can never be understood. It's can't explain. That lady I was talking, I hear myself speaking. She's standing there, but it's not like, it's not I'm speaking. The words are coming out.
Speaking.
Wait,
Just
not from a center, right? Not from some center. And then also it's so clear that the body might get sick or whatever, whatever. But there isn't anyone who's having that body or who can do anything about that body. The body is just
yeah. It's just playing out complete without center, as you're saying.
yeah,
Just free
absolutely no
playing out.
center.
Yeah.
Yes,
Just
playing
beautiful.
out. And at the same time, it isn't really playing out. That's
No,
kind of, yeah, it's like,
exactly.
yeah, it's not really playing out. That moment was so like, she is touching me. I know exactly where her hand is, moving. And then like the rest of the body wasn't there. Only that place, when the two little surface coming.
Mm.
But then it's like, you know, it's like a magic. It's like this film. Where the finger moves, it's like there is a little bit surface to be
Yeah.
touched. The rest is totally invisible, or it's not there. It's so,
Beautiful. Yeah.
that's so so it's, the body isn't really there, but somehow it's just, yeah, it's there. So
Beautiful. Beautiful. Xander, did you also had such experiences or?
Well, it's quite funny because in a way it's like I'm listening to part of my story,
uh,
um, because there was a similar experience about 23 years ago.
mm,
I was to a neighbor and she had a book and it was Eckhart Tolle.
mm,
And I was reading this book and I was sitting on the couch for about a week and I was totally blissed out. It was like it doesn't matter if the house would burn or if my wife would leave me at that moment.
mm.
It was like I was untouchable, completely untouchable, really. And this, I
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
I was floating on thin air, it at my work and everybody, and I was like, I was telling to people, oh my God, this is so strange, it's so intense. And then suddenly, I don't know exactly how long it took, but and then suddenly, boom, gone. This it was just this again, just
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah. Uh,
working, and just like normal, oh, totally normal. Irritations, frustrations, whatever, whatever
mm,
was playing was just, and then I was thinking, oh my God, I just lost it,
mm,
I just
mm,
lost it.
mm,
And then I think a couple of years, maybe it was 7 years later, I had a short episode again, the
mm,
same, floating, and then it was gone. So, and then the story came that I became, in the story, of course, a seeker. And never because there was like, some people seek because they want to escape. For
Suffering.
mm.
me, everything was, there was nothing wrong with the normal, I mean,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
was nothing wrong. There was no lack of anything, but I was just interested, what is there to
Mm,
find. So
mm,
seeking came with doing like ayahuasca ceremonies and magic mushrooms and finding a guru and
mm,
being initiated in Kriya yoga and all that stuff. But it was not it. I wanted to find the truth. I didn't want to escape because everything
mm,
was already like okay. and
mm,
and, and then, well, I talked about this in previous Zoom meetings also, but so I was intense with the guru and I was doing intensively, like you were saying
with
also.
Muji.
I
Mm.
I was just, it's always full on when there's
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah.
You know,
Yes.
I was in the morning, a 3:15 in the night, I would wake up and I was doing 3 hours of intense Kriya yoga before going to work. And when I come back from work, and this was going on for about 3-4 years. And then suddenly it was just over. It just totally, it was just sitting and tying the shoes and but there was no, it was just simply what was happening. It was everything, and there was no need. There was, and I didn't even listen to Tony or whatever. There was just full on this, and this was, and it was not at the same time. And then after that, I saw some videos of some speakers, which gave me like a certain type of framework to be able to talk,
Verbalize it.
yeah, to give it some because it's just a framework, radical non
Yes.
all those terms is just.
Yes.
So it gave me the opportunity to communicate this, which is uncommunicatable. It's just
No,
sitting.
absolutely.
And like you're saying also, there is no this, there is no now, there is no
No.
me, there is no you. And at the same time, there appears to be a me talking to Mei Long and Rosa, but at the same time, it's happening and not happening at the same time.
Exactly.
There's no way of knowing.
No.
It's as real as it can get, sitting and watching and blabbering. But at the same time, I don't know. It's not real. It's not unreal.
No. Absolutely. There is even no knowing of
no.
this is appearing as,
Exactly. Because that is already an appearance. So
Yeah, that this even nobody knows. This is
no.
an appearance.
Yes. Like Rosa saying, it's unknown perfection. It doesn't matter. And there was like anything what may appear to happen or not happen, like using the words appearance and all this type of words to express something is just simply already uncontrollable. There's nothing here behind this. There's no center, nobody in here, no thunder.
Absolutely centerless.
Yeah.
There was no. It's in a way. It's such a paradox. I mean, it's there isn't anyone who is speaking, and somehow there is kind of speaking.
Yeah,
body.
beautiful.
I mean, the body is. It's not here. What is this? Is some body sitting here? But who knows? This is sitting. Who knows?
This is so interesting, sweethearts. I have to share here. So here it was kind of the suffering led me to this in a way. And then 1 year before COVID, or maybe when COVID was, I first time heard about non-duality. And I heard it from a radical non-dual speaker who turned then into a spiritual coach.
Okay.
So it was a mixture.
Yes,
I heard a mixture. I first was very attracted to the
radicality.
No. First it was the both simultaneously.
The
one which I knew, awareness, being aware. This I knew since I'm 16.
Yeah.
And then the second thing was kind of what is wrong with what is. When there is a shitty feeling, what is wrong? I was simply, yeah, you're right. What is wrong with fear? What is wrong with anger? And I just allowed the feeling. It was a practice. And it was quite easy for this character to be with this. It was not a problem. It took me maybe a bit practice, a lot of emotions, a lot of things came out, a lot of trash, and the system kind of freed. And then the resonance with the radical non-dual speakers grew more and more and more. And I was like, but what are you talking about? You know, with this, of course, I got it here, but it was the seeking, the drive to experience this in a way, even though, of course, I heard it's not an experience, you know, there is no one already. And then it was like checking again. There is nothing to get. There is no one to get anything. So it's hopeless. Just leave it, you know? And it was kind of, and then it was, yeah, okay, just leave it. Who cares? Who cares? You know? And this is so without special experience, it's just joyful what is. No need to get more, to know more, to experience more. But here is no controller. There is no choice. If this searching energy is going on and on and on and on, or not. He simply was no probe with watching YouTube's video, watching you, watching Andreas, watching this. Who cares? I will watch it anyways, you know? And this is kind of childish playing, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like the seeking energy, the motor of the seeking is somehow kind of it's just dying out.
It's simply fading away, yeah. And there is no interest. Beautiful stories. I love hearing the stories, also the very radical things, you know, of Jim or, you know, and I simply am very much with Emerson way of performing, really DJing the show is kind of very cool because it's joyful. It's about nothing, no matter what. This is it too, you know, and this I really like. And yeah, I simply enjoy it very much. This, call it what you want, this energy, this freedom for no one. It's this really
this really the absolute nothingness. This is really the absolute nothingness.
This is so cool because here it's the absolute full-onness, the absolute boomingness, you know? And this nothingness is kind of in this story not appearing, but there is no need to appear. I'm very happy with this full-onness here.
Well, if you can be happy with something, of course, but you know, it's always funny how you put it, Rosa. I like it when you say it just plays, you know, there's no wrongness. It just plays as it plays, you know. If it's this or the other way, that, you know, there's no wrong and right, or there's nobody doing it, and it just plays freely, and it doesn't even play. It doesn't even play. There's nothing playing already. It's just
nothing even happens. But maybe I can really see very clearly here that there is no controller here.
No.
That's why I say it's playing out. Even though if I think that I am doing something and choosing something, deciding, I simply know, no, it's not like this. There is really no choice. This is freedom already.
Yes, also no, absolutely no choice of getting furious, you know, getting so totally devastated by looking what is happening, or, you know, getting terribly sad.
Yes, of course.
All is just full on happening and taking
full on happening.
Yes, and apparently choosing one side against another. It is just
simply happening.
Yeah.
This is so, you know, this is which comes in all the talks we do. This comes always shines, you know, that it's, you know, anything may appear to happen. Frustration, liking, disliking, screaming, not screaming, choosing tea or coffee, you know, but it doesn't matter. There's nobody doing that, you know. It just seems to be happening, and even that is already too much to say. Because already like a position, you know, who knows that this is happening or not happening to begin with.
Exactly, like sitting here. What is sitting here? What is war going on, you know? and crying for those who are being killed. It's all the emotions. Oh yes, just full on, nothing.
Full on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That
Beautiful. So let us maybe continue in part 2, okay? And
yes.
okay, good. I see you in part 2 in a few
Oh, you
minutes.
mean we need to check out and then check in again?
Just wait a sec. Just wait a sec,